These are the busy streets of Phnom Penh, Cambodia, jammed with cars, motorbikes, and tuk-tuks filled with passengers. In the midst of this treacherous traffic, a little girl and her grandmother navigate the streets on their way to work. 9-year-old Dani helps her frail grandmother Solai pick through garbage, looking for anything to sell.
I get up around 4 in the morning to collect the garbage. In the afternoon around 3, I go out again to collect more.
The streets are dangerous, but they work side by side, hunting for treasures in the garbage. Any plastic or metal they can recycle means another few pennies for food. It's cold and rainy, but they need to work to eat. In the midst of this maze of shops is an ancient pagoda that's barely standing. Up the steps, inside the deepest, darkest corner, is the crematorium where Dani, her grandmother, and her 12-year-old brother Danvin live. It's a horrific living situation. The floor is constantly flooded, so they sleep and eat on a raised wooden bed. A few feet away is the oven where thousands of bodies have been burned. In front, a small stove where they cook a little food, when they have it. A dark passageway leads to the bathroom. The mold-covered walls are certainly toxic. This is no place for any human being to live, let alone a child. Dani's parents are in prison. In a misguided effort to get money to feed their children, they sold drugs and were arrested. And now, Solai is completely responsible for Dani and Danvin. While his sister and grandmother work in the streets, Danvin sets out with a fishing pole he's made from a piece of bamboo. He'll spend the day fishing, hoping to catch their only meal of the day. After hours of collecting garbage, Dani and Solai sort through their finds. In a good week, they can make $10. It's not nearly enough to feed and care for a family of 3. A child of a prisoner is an outcast here. Dani is cursed and shunned by other children.
They say your parents are in prison, and they gossip about me and make me feel ashamed. They curse at me, and then I cry. And then my brother comfort me and tell me not to cry.
When they bully my grandchildren, I feel such pity for them, and I cry with them.
I miss my mother, and it makes me sad. When I go to bed, I cry myself to sleep.
Solai borrows money to feed and clothe the children and keep them in school. But she owes more than she can ever repay. Solai often goes without food so her grandchildren can eat. She is also suffering from tuberculosis. Without medicine, she grows sicker every day.
I'm often sick. I cough a lot, and I have fevers. I worry about my grandchildren. They are small, and if I am here, they can depend on me. But if I am not here, who can they depend on?
Dani is frequently sick with fevers, coughing, and diarrhea. She recently had dengue fever and almost died. But that's not the only threat to Dani's life. Sexual predators often kidnap and sell young girls like Dani into the sex trade.
I'm afraid that people will harm me. I'm afraid that I will be raped. So when I'm walking, I'm afraid I will be taken.
For now, the crematorium is the only place where Dani feels safe. She loves her little doll, her only toy. She calls her Cinderella. She dreams of a fairy tale life, far removed from the cruel reality she's trapped in. But there is no escape. Tomorrow and each day after, she'll be working on the streets again, hungry, sick, in danger of being abused and kidnapped. An innocent child like Dani needs someone to take her by the hand and give her the life she deserves. You can be that someone.